Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sketch. My name is Jason Sketch, and I'm super excited to bring you guys more Marvel Champions content. Today we're getting ready to jump back into our Fear No Evil campaign. This is round 3 of that campaign. We defeated the art heist in the last episode, so I'm super excited to be able to move on to the next scenario. Let's jump on down to the table and check things out. All right, guys, here we are in the next part of this wonderful campaign. Super excited to get the test stuff out and see how things go. I'm really enjoying the campaign so far, and of course, the art heist was a lot of fun. So I'm excited to see what's next, what's new. It's all still learning for me, so I just hope you guys will bear with me on that. All right. Continue with Echo. I didn't make any changes to the deck here. Let's go ahead and get the campaign stuff set up. Gather the 5 campaign environments. Check the campaign log and remove each card with the completed or failed scenario, which I've done so. So the Art Museum heist is over here. Shuffle the remaining environments and draw 2 at random. If there are 2 remaining, draw it. So we're going to do this. And we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do a D8 this time. Where did my D8 go? Perfect. And we choose 2 cards. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop the press. And then we'll get a D6. 1, 2, 3. All right, so it is the Raft Breakout. Okay, those 2 are marked. They're going to be marked. So, the Raft Breakout and stop the press. Okay, let's see, stop the press. Has not had a mark on it yet, so that's good news. And then the Raft Breakout. You had its 2nd mark. So I think I'm going to have to deal with the Raft Breakout before it gets its 3rd mark as failed there. So that is going to be the scenario we contend with today. Players of the group choose which scenario they want to face. Determine the villain via the following criteria and record the name of the chosen villain next to the scenario. If there is already a villain listed for the chosen scenario, that villain must be chosen. If the player's first time through the campaign, they may choose the first villain in the list on the page 8 that is not recorded in the campaign log. Otherwise, choose an underling villain at random that is not already recorded in the campaign log. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We will do the D8 again that I have tossed to the side and cannot find. There we go. Awesome. And we'll see which of these wonderful villains. We got Bullseye, Hammerhead, Purple Man, and Typhoid Mary. Here we go. All right, it looks like we're dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, Typhoid Mary. All right, so that's going to be very interesting because I know that she can also become an ally as we go along. A little nervous. But we'll gather up the main scheme and your chosen villains and their corresponding encounter sets. Proceed to scenario setup. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to start getting things shuffled together, and then we will jump back in when we start getting the rest of the stuff set up. I will see you guys shortly. And we're back, guys. Cool. Thank you guys so much for waiting. There's a lot to do in this one with Typhoid Mary. It's going to be quite a bit. I hope I can do this scenario because I feel like it's going to go bad for me if I don't. So, setup. If there's at least 1 mark besides the raft, so we're going to do this part first. Then we will do this. Okay. Setup. Attach Master Key to the villain. We got to find Master Key, and it's going to be in here somewhere. And it'll get attached to the villain. As soon as I can find it. Good, Mr. Oh, is that Master Key? Hold on. Yep, there it is. Attached to the villain. It is permanent. So I think I need to switch that to a... After the villain schemes against you, deal each villain. Yeah. So we're gonna have to remove the gold sleeve from it and sleeve it with a clear sleeve. I'll have to make sure I take care of that afterwards because all my stuff is put away for now. Okay, but we're gonna have that attached, so we're gonna move all this over. Move that like that. We're gonna move it like that because there's this environment in play that we gotta deal with as well. That is attached to the villain. Let's go ahead and finish the rest of this though. Attach Master Key to the villain. Each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a prisoner minion and reveal that minion. Okay. There's a lot of cards in this deck. So. Gonna do it like this. Hand Ninja. Okay. Prisoner. All right, Mysterio. Villainous. Awesome. And then it says, put over. It says in the breakout here. Each minion gains, when defeated, remove one threat from the main scheme. 2 threat instead if the minion has the elite trait. Okay. Starts off with 2 threat per player. It is an 11 threat threshold. We are back to a spot where we're going to have to be dealing with a lot of threat. Okay. A Mysterio is villainous, so that's kind of annoying. And then if there's at least 1 check mark beside the Raft Breakout, which there is 2, the campaign log, give each prisoner minion in play a tough status card. Okay. There are 2 check marks. Give each of those minions a face down boost card as well. So he gets a face down boost card. Face down encounter card. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We may have to try to deal with Mysterio right off the bat here. That is pretty stinking wild. Okay. Cool. What else we need to do here? Come back over here to the rest of the setup because we got some new things that are happening now. Typhoid Mary gets put on as at random based on the environment. So, evens and odds. We got evens. So she's going to start off with the regular Typhoid Mary, side B. Okay, perfect. So we're going to move all this over. Okay. I realize while I'm doing all this, I forgot to shuffle my deck. So, okay. When the villain phase ends, you flip the villain. That is interesting too. So she is 3 scheme, 1 attack. Okay. All right, so there's a lot to think about with this. It's going to take a little bit of work, but I'm pretty excited for it. Okay, we're going to put this away over here. 13 health points. We need to make sure we shuffle this before we do anything else. All right, gather your chosen main scheme. Proceed to the scenario setup. Each player searches their deck for each card whose title has been removed. I haven't had any of that done yet, so we'll get that squared away. Proceed to the player setup. Place the environment for each completed scenario into play. Completed side face up. And the environment for each scenario into play. We need to do the player setup first. Okay. Let me shuffle my deck real quick. Make sure that is squared away. You know, that needs to be set to the side. And this should not take very long. I'm pretty excited for this. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going into the scenario relatively blind, as well as facing Typhoid Mary, relatively blind. I think it should be a lot of fun. Again, I am learning, so bear with me on that, guys. If I make mistakes, please don't be afraid to let me know. But keep in mind that I'm also still learning how to play this scenario and still kind of learning how to play Echo. So if it is not correct or up to standard, I'm recording all this ahead of time, trying to get as many recorded as I can. I'm going to be going on vacation later this month, and I want to make sure that I have plenty of episodes ready to go for you guys before I go on vacation. I know I haven't recorded or edited videos all summer long, and so I want to get back into making sure I have plenty of content for you guys coming up here in the month of August through until next May. And then I'll have to make a choice then on what I'm going to do over the next summer and how if I'll be able to make more episodes and different things like that as well. There's a lot of big things going on in my world right now in which I just have to make some just different decisions. But right now things are slow enough that I can get a bunch of content made. so that I'll have plenty of videos for you guys to watch and hang out and do some different things. So, and I've been waiting for this, and I have not played through a campaign in a while. It's been a good time. All the new stuff makes it exciting, and the good news is, those of you that are watching, hopefully you guys can go, cool. Even those that make content on YouTube are going to make mistakes. And I think that's an important thing to remember. You're going to mess up. You're going to do something wrong. So just keep that in mind. Be patient with yourself. And if you mess up, even on YouTube where thousands of people can come watch you and be like, hey, man, you screwed up, just take that as a learning opportunity. Remember that and just know that it's going to get better. So, all right. I do like Echo being an event-heavy hero. I think that's a lot of fun. I'm kind of interested in seeing what I can come up with an aggression build for her for now. Enjoying this Ronin build that she comes with. So, again, it is a modified precon. I've not changed anything since the art heist last video. So, that is something to keep in mind as well. Okay, that is all shuffled up. That is all squared away. Completed side, we get a tough status card because of the art heist, which is nice. It's a great way to start this scenario, actually. All the scenarios really is to come out with a tough status card. So, resolving a setup. Okay, cool. If trust is established, it's checked on the campaign log, then we can do the Typhoid Mary stuff. We're facing Typhoid Mary, so that has nothing to do with that. But the chosen scenario is the Kingpin scenario. Turn to page 23. Okay, here we go. We're getting ready to get started. We're going to draw to our hand size and get going. I probably should have drawn my hand size before the player setup, but the completed setup stuff, but we are okay. So, here we go. Let's get rolling. It is time for me to write down the time of day that I'm starting this match at so that I know how long it's taken me to complete this scenario. I just like to keep track of that. I am using the Marvel Champions tracker. If you guys don't use a tracker, it's not a required thing, but I like doing it. So, all right, Maya Lopez, here we go. 1, 2. Always good to see a double right off the bat. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Six HP on that Mysterio. Kind of stinks a little bit. I think I'm gonna drop Daredevil and study the tape to draw 2 more cards. Okay. Okay. So, cool. All right. We will flip up and draw or search our deck for a event card, and I think we're gonna take a powerful punch out. I think we're gonna get the attention card out. Go. All right. I have a method for my madness, so bear with me on all of this. We are gonna get different things down. I'm imagining I can play this, that, and we'll hold on to stand alone. Yes. Okay. That's the plan then. So, first things first, we're going to... Still not enough to take out Mysterio right away. That's what I was kind of gunning for. I'll still have 4 right off the bat. And none of it makes it piercing. So I'm going to have to deal with Mysterio's crazy attack here. Either way. That really stinks. You think that Echo would have some sort of piercing, and it's probably her katana that makes her have that piercing. Did I make a poor choice here? I don't think so. I think it's the best choice I can make. The only other option I would really have is... Yeah, we're good. This is what I'm going to do. So first things first, we're going to play the best offense. +1 defense. And then we're going to play initiate reflexes. And so we will attack Mysterio and clear his tough status card. Is that the best choice here? Because we're not going to be able to defeat him, but if we clear some of the scheme here, the scheme's not too bad right now, and we'll get to be able to clear the scheme later. I think doing what we can right now is going to be important right off the bat here. Plus, we have a tough status card. We've got to remember that. So we're doing okay. I played the Army of One, which discarded it and got it tucked underneath there, which readied me up. I will then go ahead and attack Mysterio for 4, leaving him with 2 health points left. It's temporary, but it's still there. We'll hold on to Standalone because I think that's still a very good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Okay. Lots of cards I don't want to get rid of. I think Standalone's going to be super important in this scenario too. May have to come back to Armored Vest later. But Ronin's going to be played for sure. Powerful Punch, though, to take out Mysterio right off the bat would be kind of clutch. So, I hate that, but I think that may be not a bad idea. We'll see how this plays out. So, first things first. Threats goes up by 1. We got to keep an eye on threat here for sure in this scenario. Typhoid Mary is going to attack for 1 plus a boost. I'm going to go ahead and just take her attack. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, Absorbing Man's in this thing too. Okay, cool. But it just clears my tough status card. Then Mysterio is going to come in for an attack. Do I do the Powerful Punch? I think so. We'll spend... Man, this is a really tough call. Because I really don't want to lose any of these cards. But I think we spend the American Sign Language and Armored Vest. We can get Powerful Punch onto the table. We can spend Standalone and Armored Vest. Either way, I think we're going to lose it. So... yeah, we're just going to spend these 2 to play Powerful Punch. Which is an attack defense. When an enemy initiates an attack, deal 4 damage to an enemy. We're going to take out Mysterio with that attack. My obligation was the boost card. That's exciting. So, he would have had a boost card too, I think, from his Villainous. So I think that also gets discarded. I'm going to play it that way. If I'm incorrect on that, let me know. The Powerful Punch then will get discarded and then get tucked underneath me here. So now we have a Powerful Punch that we can use for free later on. Okay. Still not having defended, which is actually pretty cool. Our encounter card is Mr. Fish. Awesome. Each minion gains, when defeated, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Awesome. So Mysterio got defeated. We removed a threat from the main scheme. It had the elite trait, which Mysterio did. You get to remove 1 more threat. Awesome. Actually, that's not too bad. That is super helpful. Okay. Mr. Fish is there and helpful and doing a thing. There are 3 more tokens here. The players win the game. So we got to get 3 tokens on here. Mr. Fish comes out. He doesn't have quick strike, but he has 1 revealed. So Mr. Fish engages the player whose identity has the fewest remaining hit points. Okay. So that would be me still either way. All right. Then we need to flip Typhoid Mary to a higher attack and a scheme. Okay. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each identity. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Excuse me. Force runner up. When Bloody Mary would be defeated, place 1 damage token on the Disturbed Psyche and then reset her hit points to 13. We really got to get to clearing her out. Okay. Wow. All right. Turns over though. Villain phase is over. We're going to go ahead and clear the best offense here. Got to really keep cutting through that tough status card, I think, overall. The good news is the Ronin is going to be helpful for that. Because now we have the Retaliate 1, which at least can get rid of the tough every time it pops up. The question then becomes, do we attack her now and get that tough taken care of? Do we clear scheme? Do we flip down and recover, which I don't think is going to be a good idea, right? Right now she's at a scheme of 1. We can get more cards if we flip down. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing if we do that, because she'll flip up at the end of the villain phase with her tough status card still. So if we stay up right now, we get rid of the tough, but she's going to get the tough back at the end of the phase anyways. So it's not going to make much of a difference. We want to do it on the other end before she flips. Okay. So I think I want to clear the main, flip down so we can get that extra draw as we're continuing to build. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Threat is going to go up by 1. Bloody Mary is going to scheme for 1 plus a boost. And the owl gets dealt to us. So, activation is an attack. It gains piercing. All right. So it becomes a 2. Then it says, after the villain schemes against you, deal each of that activation's boost cards that is a minion to yourself as a face down encounter card. All right, so we got a encounter card now. Fish schemes for 1, it goes up to 3. We get another encounter card. Encounter card is the owl. It has quick strike, so I don't take any damage, which is nice. Second is assembled armor. Attached to the villain. When the villain would take any amount of damage, place it here instead. Then if it has 5 or more damage, if there's 5 or more damage here, 8 or more in expert mode, discard this attachment. Okay, that is crazy. Wow, all right. And that includes the toughs, right? Because it would take any amount of damage. The tough would cop off first. So, okay, the villain phase is over. This flips up. She's got +2 attack now, though. So I really want to get rid of that quickly as possible. This is going to be a very challenging scenario. I don't know if I'm going to come out on top on this. Okay. Wow. All right. But it is my turn. And getting the katana down is going to be good. No one attacked me, so I couldn't do the powerful punch. And getting the improvisation down is going to be helpful as well. Both those are good cards for her to have. So, gonna have to make some choices here. Okay. Go recover now and take a health point. Can't stay down because the owl's gonna scheme me out. He's got a stupid amount of scheme there. A tight spot, I feel like. Powerful punch can still take care of Mr. Fish. Good news. And we do have an army of one, which we can use to ready. In Harm's Way can also do some really good stuff. Right now, it's going to be 4. We should take out Mr. Fish and the raft. We can also use it to take the owl down. Let the retaliate kill the owl. Which is actually not a bad idea. Once we get the katana down, we could use it to... But improvisation could also be good. Let's flip up. Let's get a get their attention into our hands. Katana's really good. We spin 2 for the katana. We have 3 for improvisation. And we can't get anything else done this round. We have enough for a 3 and a 2. So I can either... And I think the best move is going to be to play the katana and In Harm's Way. And hope we get the improvisation back pretty quickly. So I'm going to spin 2 for the katana. We're going to spin 3 for In Harm's Way. To deal X damage to an enemy and remove X threat from a scheme. So we're going to do 4 damage to the owl, getting him down to 1. We're then going to clear In Harm's Way. We're going to pop katana to finish the owl off. And we're going to hope that we get chance to do some more stuff. I hope we get a thing for Mr. Fish. This In Harm's Way is going to get ducked here. So All right. Go up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got study the tape, which is nice. Good. We get a photographic reflexes, which is good because we want to use it to play the powerful punch instead of playing the powerful punch from our hand. So that is good news. Okay. Oh, but I was still ready, so I could have done something as well. Let's go ahead and clear that tough off of Mary. Then we ready everything up. Perfect. All right. We need to start doing a lot of damage here because she's going to be attacking for a stupid high amount of attack. We're in expert mode, so it's got to be 8 or more. That's crazy. Okay. We'll get there, though. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's just not how I wanted to deal with this right now. Okay. Threat's going to go up by 1. Mary is going to attack for 1 plus a boost. Do I want to defend? I think the answer is going to be yes. Now, I can do a powerful punch against her and a powerful punch against... No, I don't want to do it that way. So I think I'm going to defend. Don't want to do a powerful punch against her because I still can. Spin 2. Spin this. It leaves me with the best offense, which I like to have for the next round, I think. So, I think the best offense is actually better to be played down. I will defend for 4. You're swinging for 2 plus a boost, which is right here. 2. If Typhoid Mary is activating, deal 3 damage to an ally you control. Awesome. I have no allies, so that's exciting. So I took no damage. He gains a point of retaliate damage, which goes here. It needs to be 8, so let's go ahead and get a D8 on there. Perfect. Then Mr. Fish is going to go for an attack. We are going to use the photographic reflexes to play powerful punch. When enemy initiates an attack, deal 4 damage to that enemy. We're dealing 4. And it clears a threat from here because of this thing. Mr. Fish does not pop off. We then can pop the Echo's Katana. Do 2 more damage here, so now this is up to 3. We just need to do 5 more damage to get that cleared. Awesome. She's then going to flip. And we take a point of damage. Okay. But it is now my turn. Awesome. We're going to spend 1. The best defense. We are then going to use Study the Tape. Search the player's discard pile for 1 aspect event, 1 basic event, or 1 copy of Photographic Reflexes and add it to your hand. So we're putting Photographic Reflexes back into our hand. We're going to use Photographic Reflexes to play Army of 1. Ready up. And hold on to the res. And we are going to attack for 8. Clear the assembled armor. Attack for, sorry, 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5 to clear the assembled armor. Can't do any more damage to her. She's going to flip at the end of the next turn. I can do 1 point of retaliate damage if she attacks. She's going to be attacking for 3 plus a boost. If I flip down now, though, probably a good time to be flipping because I can get more cards and go from there. So we'll flip down. Give me a chance to recover. Do I want to hold on to the res? I think I do. That way I can play it this next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Already up. Threat's going to go up by 1. He's going to scheme for 1 plus a boost. 1, 2. If Typhoid Mary is activating, take 3 indirect damage. Exhaust each character damage this way. Oh, man. Okay. So, scheme goes up to 3. We take 3 indirect damage. And exhaust. Glad I flipped down and saved the res. 1. So we're down to 4. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Counter card. Hit list. After the villain phase begins, deal 3 indirect damage to the first player. For each ally defeated this way, remove 3 per player threat from hit list. Okay, well that is super annoying. Gonna flip up and get a tough status card. Okay, Typhoid Mary is crazy, but this is fun. Okay, this is what we call fun, Jason. All right. We for sure need to play the res. And getting cartography under the table is going to be good for right now as well. So we're going to spend an in harm's way to play the res. We'll exhaust the res to heal for 3. That's going to get me back up to 7. This goes away as well. So that should be like that. We're going to spend photographic reflexes to play cartography. We're going to exhaust cartography. Careful 1 aspect or basic event from your discard pile into your deck. If you are in alter ego form, draw 1 card. Maybe a powerful punch, right? Okay. We then get to draw a card. All right, superpower training. All right. We'll flip up. We need to look for an event and add it to our hand from our deck. And I think I want a army of 1. Perfect. Okay. Nice. Okay, we're going to use photographic reflexes. Not yet. We're going to use superpower training to play Army of One to ready up. We're going to take out that tough status card with an attack. We are then going to tuck the Army of One underneath here. We're going to use photographic reflexes to play in harm's way. Deal X damage to an enemy and remove X threat from a scheme where X is equal to your defense. So we're going to deal 4 points of damage to Typhoid Mary. Then a 9. And we're going to clear 3 threat from hit list because we're not dealing with that. After the villain phase begins, deal 1 indirect damage to the first player. For each ally defeated this way, remove 1. Yeah. Hit list. So we're not dealing with that right now. We want more minions out because that helps with the threat up here. We'll pop the katana because we played an event card. And that'll do... I forgot when I played Army of One, I could have done that with the katana. How did the katana go through? And it goes through... Oh, and it's piercing. Okay. We're going to do that. I have the katana when I did the Army of One and readied. Katana would have gone through 13 and we'd have gotten down to 11. And 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 would have gotten down to 7 hit points. Still would have been readied. Learning, right? Still have been ready. I can either clear 2 threat or I can attack for 2 against Typhoid Mary. What's going to be more beneficial right now? If I attack for 2 or clear 2 threat. If I clear 2 threat, it gets it down to 1. It helps us to manage threat a little bit more. Or if I attack for 2, that gets her down to 5. I think that's going to be the better bet. We'll attack for 2, get her down to 5. And that should be everything. We'll ready everything back up. I forgot that the katana is piercing, so that's going to be super helpful for everything else. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have... Oh, good. We got a powerful punch in our hand. That is exciting. That is actually super duper exciting. Okay. The threat's going to go up to 4. Typhoid Mary is going to come in for an attack. We are going to use Power of Protection to play Powerful Punch. Which does 4 points of damage to her. Gets her down to 1. Powerful Punch gets tucked underneath here. And we will choose to defend for 4. He swings for 1. Plays from Pursuit counter pursued by the past. So I take no points of damage. She takes a point of retaliate damage. When Typhoid Mary would be defeated, place 1 damage token on the disrupted psyche instead and reset her hit points to 13. Awesome. Points get reset to 13. She gets a thing on disrupted psyche, so 1 point of damage on the disrupted psyche. And then if there are 3 or more tokens here, the players win the game. So we've got 1 down already. We just need to get another couple on there as well. That's pretty exciting to see. Love this. This is actually a lot of fun. Next, the and I could have popped the katana to do that. I did that powerful punch. That could have knocked her down. And then she'd have a point of retaliate damage. From her attack. Let's do it that way. Because I don't think it would have disrupted her attack. I think she still would have attacked. And she has a point of retaliate damage from the run-in. Awesome. That's exciting. Okay. We get an encounter card, which is Drang. Villainous. After Drang attacks you, place 1 damage counter on him, then take 1 direct damage from each barge counter on Drang. Okay. Cool. So he has 6 health points. But we didn't know that was coming, so that's okay. All right. Cool. We're going to flip Typhoid Mary. And then we take 1 damage. We have 6 health points. May not be a bad time to flip, actually, down because she's not going to scheme for a lot. We still need to remove threat, which would be super duper smart, which we still can do, actually. Absolutely can do. I also have muscle memory. What is it? Exhaust and add a tucked card under echo to your hand. So there's not a lot of crazy things happening here. Cartography, which is going to be a wise thing to do when we flip down because we can draw an extra card. We can do it before we flip down, though. We'll use cartography. Shuffle 1 aspect or basic event from your discard pile into your deck. In harm's way. I like that card a lot. We're going to shuffle that back in. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. I think for sure I'm going to use photographic reflexes to use Army of 1. Ready up. Then we'll use muscle memory to play the best offense. I know I have 5 defense. I had more, but that's okay. I can clear the main scheme. I think it's going to be my best bet. We clear the main. We flip down. We use the res to heal for 2. Got our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready everything back up. Genius, in harm's way, powerful punch, defensive conditioning, in harm's way, and photographic reflexes. All right, we've got a lot of fun things we can do this next turn. Definitely need to get defensive conditioning down. Threat's going to go up by 1. Going to scheme for 1 plus a boost. 1, 2. Give the activating enemy an additional boost card. 3, 4. Goes up to 5. Okay. Dragon schemes for 1, so it goes up to 6. We're halfway there. Counter card is Sinister Strike. In alter ego form, place one pursuit counter pursued by the past. Then, if there's any counters on it, this card gains Surge, so we get another card. Hail of Blades. When revealed, if Mary Walker attachment is in play, flip it and reveal Established Trust. The villain attacks you, even if you're in alter ego form. Okay, well, I frustrated by this. Good news is I've got plenty I can do. Now the question that comes to mind is Retaliate 1, does it still happen even when I'm in alter ego? Is the Ronin, right? For the purpose of this, I think it's going to pop off because I think Retaliate 1 happens either way. Let's see. Oh, Champion's Retaliate does not normally trigger when you are in alter ego form because enemies scheme instead of attacking you. And Retaliate only activates after a character is attacked. However, in rare, a counter card specifically forces an enemy to attack you in alter ego. Retaliate will function normally if your identity has that keyword. Perfect. Okay, so we have the Retaliate keyword from Ronin. Great. So she's going to attack me for 3, 4, 5. So I take 5 points of damage. Gets me down to 3 health points left. Okay. But she takes a point of retaliate damage, which gets her down to 11. That's only after she schemes. So she'll flip up. Or change forms, and then she gets a tough status card. And we go from there. Okay. Wow. All right. Good times. It's my turn. Cartography is going to go off first. We're going to go ahead and get a army of 1 shuffled back into the deck. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. I'm going to be looking up and away so it doesn't feel like I'm cheating. Then we get to draw a card because we're an alter ego. The power for protection. Okay. We're going to use the res to heal for 2 to get me back up to 5. We're going to use recover to heal up for another 3. Back up to 7. We're going to use the power of protection to play defensive conditioning. It should have been discarded. Gives me 3 more health points, so it gets me up to 10. And I got +1 defense. Okay. That's exciting. We're doing some exciting stuff. We are then going to flip up and take the 1 card we put into our army of 1, and we get an encounter card. All right. need to do in harm's way for sure. We actually do in harm's way twice, it looks like. So, the rest of these cards get shuffled and make a draw pile. Okay. We have 2 in harm's way in our hand. So, first things first, we're going to use Powerful Punch and Genius. Play in harm's way. Deal X damage to an enemy. Remove X threat from a scheme. So, we will deal... it's 5 right now. Defensive conditioning down and move running back up because I just like having that card on top. We're at 5 right now. So we'll deal 5 damage here to get him down to 1. Do 5 damage here to get this, or 5 clear 5 threat from here, get it down to 1. And in harm's way, it's going to get tucked underneath us here. Then we are going to use Photographic Reflexes. Oh, hold on. And then we'll pop the Echo's Katana. It deals 2 damage. So it's going to clear the tough and deal 2, which gets her down to 9. Drang is going to die from Retaliate. I think that's the thing to remember, is Drang's going to die from Retaliate. So, hold on to the army of 1. And we will spend an in harm's way. Will we? Because more army of 1s are in here now. I think we're going to spend an army of 1. So I use Photographic Reflexes. Play in harm's way by spending army of 1. Clear the rest of the threat from the scheme. And deal another 5 damage to Typhoid Mary, getting her down to 4 health points. Ooh. And that leaves us with a Powerful Punch that we can have there as well. Another harm's way in our hands. That is exciting stuff. Let's go ahead and ready everything back up and draw to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was really, really hoping for a Photographic Reflexes, but that's okay. So can make good use of some different things in my hand here, and that is golden. So first things first. Red's going to go up by 1. Typhoid Mary is going to come in for an attack. For 1 plus a boost. Are we going to defend? I think we're going to play... use energy. Play... get their attention. Tucked underneath here. When an enemy initiates an attack, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So I'll clear the scheme. And then I'll pop my katana. Take out Drain. I'll have to deal with his nonsense. Then I will choose to defend. Just swings for 1. Typhoid Mary is activating, take 2 damage. Okay. So I took no damage. She still gets to retaliate. She gets 3. And I have to take 2. Because of this hail of blades. Okay. All right. Then this card. And this card, right? So this card goes off first. We have a hand lookout. Guard and toughness. So we have to take care of him before we can attack Typhoid Mary anymore. And then Scavenge Bulwark. Surge, so we get another card. When revealed, give the villain a tough status card. Okay. That works. And Tombstone, who has Quick Strike. Perfect. I don't have anything in my hand that I can do to deal with that. So I take 2 points of damage. He's an 8-point villain. 8 health point villain. That is wild. Okay. 8 and 4. By tough. Okay. She's got tough right now. She flips, and I take a point of damage. Means I need to flip down and heal. Even if I play the best offense right now, it's not going to do me any good. It's just temporary, so I want to hold on to it. I also want to hold on to In Harm's Way. I want to get Unflappable onto the table. I had a way to get the ready. But I really don't have a way to do that, so if I flip down, team's cleared right now. I think we're going to be okay. Go ahead and use the res to heal up by 2. Such a clutch card right now. And then we'll use Cartography to send in an army of 1 back into the deck. Since we're an alter ego, we get to draw a card. Just photographic reflexes. Okay. So, what do I want to do here? A lot of photographic reflexes in the deck. We can get one of those back. We want to get Unflappable onto the table. I think that's going to be helpful, essentially, since we are defending, and we're not really taking a lot of damage from Typhoid Mary so far. I think we'll spend the best offense. Play Unflappable onto the table. Already up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. She's got a tough status card on her still. Threat's going to go up by 1. 2 schemes for 1, 2. Lookout schemes for 0. Tombstone schemes for 2. Counter card. Establish Trust. Oh, which is a permanent setup card that I did not know at the beginning. So what would that have done if I'd done that? So there's that Halo Blade. If Mary Walker attachment is in play, flip it. Okay, so and it would have been this. Okay, well, I messed up at the beginning, so I just have to deal with that now. We are going to contend with that later. I am learning new things, so that's one been part of the setup, and we're just going to play with it as it is now. So, and move on with the rest of the game. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. We're not going to worry about it this time because we're still learning. So, things that happen when you learn. Place 1 threat token on Disturbed Psyche. Flip this card. Okay. We want to also clear this as well if we can. That is good to know. I think we want to establish trust. So, would have made a difference because I don't think I would have removed a bunch of scheme from it earlier. I would have focused mostly on attacking her still. I'm not going to worry about it too much at this point. We are about an hour into the game, so I want to just keep playing. And if it impacts the rest of the game, then so be it. All right, we still have time to turn things around. We still would have been building. So what would it impact overall is the encounter card. So let's go ahead and get the next encounter card just to make up for that. That should have been out. Dark Designs, which from Pursuit Counter and Pursued by the Past. 3. And she would scheme for 1, 2, 3. Puts it at 7. Okay. That is the biggest impact it's making right now. I think I balanced that out and made it fair. So I need to get a clear sleeve for this here soon. Okay. It would have only impacted. Let's not make a big fuss at this point. I think there's one other thing it would have changed to, but it's not a big deal. I'm learning this character and villain and stuff still, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And we're just gonna chalk it up as it is, and we're gonna keep moving forward. Those of you that already left a comment about it, here it is. Thank you guys so much for that. So it is my turn now. We're still alive. We've got a lot of threat to deal with. We still have an in harm's way, which we can still use to help with that, which is good news. So I think first things first, we're going to use the res to heal for 2. Up to 9. Recover for 3 more to get me up to 12. Can I get up to 12? That's a good question. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So we get max health if I did that. We do have an army of 1 in our hand. Let's see what else we draw first before we make any other big decisions. You should also have flipped at the end of that turn there. So she's now on this side. Okay. We're going to cartography. Shuffle 1 event from one aspect or basic event from your discard pile into your deck. Let's get an in harm's way in there. We can't attack her anyways until the hand is defeated. So that's good news. All right, and the card we drew is a strength. That is exciting, actually. Okay. It's very exciting. Then we have an army of 1 in our hands. We can always pull out another army of 1. So I'm going to go ahead and recover for 3. Get me back up to 12. We're at the max health points now. We'll flip up. And we can get a event card into our hand from our deck. I want to get another army of 1, I think. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We got superpower training and strength can play improvisation down. And then we could have these 3 cards play in harm's way. These 3 cards play in harm's way. I think we do want to get improvisation down. I think that's going to be helpful, and it gets us out of our deck. And then it does some little things here and there for us, too. So. Wish I had one more card. Which I can hold on to improvisation, I think. I wanted to do that. Play this down. Because right now I've got a lot to contend with and deal with at this juncture. So. I think first and foremost we play in harm's way. We'll deal 5 damage to Tombstone. Clear 5 threat from here. Get down to 2. And then we'll use Echo's Katana to do 2 points of damage here. We use a photographic reflexes, play in harm's way, and use army of 1 to pay that final cost there. To take out Tombstone. Clears 1 threat from here. And then we'll go ahead and clear 5 from Established Trust. It leaves me with 2 on him and a Typhoid Mary to contend with. I'll hold on to improvisation if I can. We'll use, and if I have that powerful punch, not gonna do me any good. So we use photographic reflexes. Play army of one. Ready. And I will take out the hand. That clears the last threat off that there. So now we have 5 left on established trust. Or 6 left on established trust to contend with. Go to our hand size. And ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We will ready everything back up. This is wild. Okay. We might just win this round here. No, we won't. But it'll be close. This can be cool. All right. Threat's going to go up by 1. Typhoid Mary is going to attack for 1 plus a boost. We are going to choose to defend, but we're also going to use photographic reflexes to play, get their attention. And clear 3 threat from established trust. Because we used event, we're going to use Echo's Katana to do 2 points of damage to Typhoid Mary, getting her down to 1 hit point left. Awesome. She's going to make her attack. Good. So we're also going to play the other. Get their attention. Spend 2. This play get their attention. When an enemy initiates an attack, remove 3 threat from a scheme. We'll remove 3 threat from here, which flips this up. Attach the villain. Permanent. Attach villain cannot activate. Place 1 threat token on Disturbed Psyche and flip this card. This can get tucked underneath here. Attach the villain permanent. Attach villain cannot activate. After the villain takes damage or the round ends, deal each player 1 face down encounter card and flip this card. That's interesting because now I'm in a dilemma here. She was in the middle of an activation. What does get their attention say? When an enemy initiates an attack. So the attack's still going through, I believe. That's how I'm going to play that. The attack's still going through already because she's already in the middle of her activation. So this won't stop the activation that's already happening. She's going to swing at me for 2. For 1, 2, 3. I take no damage, so we'll pop in Flappable for fun. Just study the tape. And then we will, which this would make things way more interesting later on. But it is what it is. And we didn't draw Master Plan. I was wondering about that. All right. But that does defeat her with Retaliate, which does get to 3 for Disturbed Psyche. And then if there are 3 or more tokens here, the players win the game. We got up to 3. In my book, I won. I think it would have been a very different game if I'd had this out at the beginning. It would have made for a quicker game, potentially. But overall, I think, I learned, right? Like, that is a card that is... Both of these need to be in clear sleeves for me. So I can put those in other sleeves as well. That way I remember that for next time. Either way, the game was still won. Even with my mistake, I think I corrected it. If I Didn't correct it correctly, let me know. Either way, I'm going to take this as a win. So I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are as well. This was really cool. I think Typhoid Mary is a very interesting character to face. I can see myself wanting to play against her again. The raft was a very fun scenario, and I like that these scenarios aren't like so difficult that it's just like overly challenging. But I like that there's a benefit here if I'm like, cool, I want to remove one threat or a couple threat by defeating villains. It's going to help me keep this down. And an 11 threat threshold is not too bad. Echo's been killing it. I think this precon is probably one of the best precons I've played. Again, I modified it a little bit, but I still really, really like it. So, what did we end up drawing? Just out of funsies? I study the tape. Okay. Cool. Well, let's get everything squared away here. I don't know if I'm going to modify the deck again next time I play Echo. But I am, or change to something else. I'm really enjoying this deck, so I don't think I want to switch up right now. I'm kind of curious how it's going to go with Kingpin at the end here. But let's see what we get when we get a victory. And where did our paper go? Perfect. It is 8:27. I need to write that down. It took a little over an hour to finish this scenario. That's not too bad. An hour and 10 minutes for me to complete this scenario, even with a mistake, right? So I'm going to take it as a win. We completed the Raft Breakout. Trust established. So let's go down here to the Raft Breakout. All right, perfect. Victory. If Disrupted Psyche is in play, has at least 2 threat on it, check the Trust Established box in the campaign log. Okay. But it has 3 on it, so Trust was established. If Typhoid Mary allies is in the victory display, check the Mary defeated box in the campaign log. Okay. Record the title of each unique ally and support that was removed from the game. So none were removed from the game. Check the completed box on the campaign log for the Raft Breakout. It is checked. Awesome. Then we go back to the campaign setup on page 9 to continue the campaign. Let's see what benefit we're going to get for the Raft Breakout. Let's see. After resolving mulligans, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally and add it to their hand. In expert mode, each player who did this discards 1 card from their hand. Okay, so I am playing an expert. I'm not playing the campaign expert, but I'm playing an expert mode. So we're not going to get the benefit of an ally necessarily unless... I don't know. Yep. The really only ally I'm running in this deck right now is Daredevil. That would be nice for like a leadership build or anything else, but we don't have to do it, right? Yeah, they may search their deck or discard pile for an ally. And then you just discard a card, which I could do that. Actually, it's not a bad idea, because what I can do with that then, right at the beginning, is get Daredevil right out of my deck into my discard pile. So there's 1 less card I have to contend with. And then I can be drawing the other cards that I need a little bit faster. It's a thought process. So I really had a good time with this. I think overall, this is great. This is probably one of the funnest campaigns I've played in a while. And now we have a Typhoid Mary, we have a Trust established. What does that mean? We have Trust established, right? Because it was, see, if Disturbed Psyche is in play, has at least 2 threat on it, check the Trust established box in the campaign log. So that's pretty cool. If the Trust established is checked in the campaign log, Mary defeated is not, put Typhoid Mary ally into play under any player's control. Awesome. Response: after you reveal minion, remove all damage from this from here and flip this card. Oh, cool. And it looks like you can choose whatever side you want. For her. So something to be helpful at the beginning of a game, and then needs to go away because under any player's control. Okay. And the Ronin card specifically says what? Do not control any allies. So we really kind of need to which we had to, right? We had to do this to be able to get there. So to be able to make the deck happen, we may just need to have Typhoid Mary defend for us or something pretty quickly. It just stinks that we have like a -1 victory. I don't think it. Hopefully, it won't impact us in the long term. That's really gonna stink if it does. Right now, it's impacting the deck. Let's see what we're doing setup here for Kingpin. Number of completed environments in play is at least 3. Give each minion in play a tough status card. Huh. That's interesting. But I don't think Typhoid Mary being a -1 victory impacts the rest of the game. It just means that she's defeated and you can't use her anymore. Cool. Well, the good news is we didn't fail the Raft Breakout, so that's good news. We've got everything we need here. I'm reading a lot and just talking a lot. Now you guys are probably going, Jason, what are you doing here? Let's get on to the next match. So we will be getting ready for our next game here shortly. But be watching for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Jason Sketch. Thank you guys for your patience for my mistakes in the game, but we learned together here. And as always, my name is Jason Sketch. Next time I'll be deadly serious next time. Peace.